I'm gonna play you a song, and I want you to tell me if it's AI or not. I'm gonna bet you said it's not AI. Let me go one step further. I'm gonna bet you thought it was a low-res version of AC/DC's Back in Black. Except it is AI generated. Fuck. I've spent a good chunk of time this year talking about AI music and where it's gonna go in the future, but today I want facts, I want action, I want concrete evidence, I want accreditation, I want my name on the side of a school building. I want to equip you with knowledge so you can detect AI music out in the wild. This is a skill set that anyone who likes music may need to build up soon. The amount of music uploaded to streaming services can be described as bazonkers, or perhaps even shimiculous. And now, with AI generation at play, that amount is only gonna rise, and describing it will require an adjective that hasn't been invented yet.
Now we are up to more than 100,000 songs delivered every day, so that's crazy. And this actually predates the development of modern generative AI systems, such as Suno Audio and others.
That's Homan, a research scientist at the streaming service Deezer. They made headlines recently for not only building a system to detect AI-generated music, but also flagging it on their platform.
Now we are almost to a third of all the tracks that we are getting delivered that is actually delivered, which is actually AI generated.
That stat is wild. However, before you start rioting, you should also know how much AI music is being listened to and who, or rather what, is listening to it.
The total of AI generated music accounts for only, I think it's 0.5% of the total number of streams on Deezer. And among those streams, we actually can see that a very significant amount of those are actually fraudulent. And we found that about 70% of those streams are of those AI generated content is actually fraud and are made by bots and are not legitimate streams.
Let me lay out those stats again. 28% of music uploaded to Deezer is AI generated, but that AI music accounts for only 0.5% of streams. And of that tiny portion of streams, 70% of them are from bots. The amount of streams for AI music by real humans is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction. So right now, AI music consumption is this strange Ouroboros, a snake with the face of Sam Altman eating its own tail. What is this? The American economy? But there have been AI-generated artists who have broken through and established small but meaningful fan bases, whether they're singing about absentee fathers or shooting Morgan Wallen and his fans. So how does a streaming service like Deezer detect AI music?
You input an audio file, so the system will actually work on detecting some very small artifacts that are left by those modern audio generating models in the audio signals. Those artifacts can be considered as some kind of discriminant fingerprint of AI-generated audio file. Those artifacts are very natural and not found in authentic recordings. So they are very discriminant of those music being generated by those systems. We actually get a very, very high level of detection accuracy. We can have more than 99.8% of accuracy. And more importantly, with a very low false positive rate. One false positive out of 10,000 analyzed tracks.
Now, while that is a pretty cool and rad system, I gotta give two disclaimers for how it applies to us regular folks. One, Homan said this detection system can catch music that is AI generated, but it can't detect human-made music that has AI elements. So if an artist uses non-audible AI at some point in the workflow, like a plugin, it would likely go undetected. Two, the artifacts Homan mentioned are not detectable by a regular person's ears.
Usually they are totally inaudible, you can hear them, but they are very easy to be detected with a computer.
But with this help, I have a checklist, a few things to look out for if you're worried a song is AI generated. Number one, does it sound like copyrighted music? I got that snowboarding cat clip from earlier off of OpenAI's new video app, Sora 2. Now I'll admit, I did download it, not to make anything for myself, but more just to get a gauge on what people were doing with it and what they enjoyed about it. And honestly, you're not missing much. Every video is some variation on security footage of Jake Paul yelling 6'7" until he gets sucked up by a tornado.
What a wonderful time to exist and be alive and cherish each other.
But every so often, there is other stuff, like a snowboarding cat with a background track that is exactly the same song as AC/DC's Back in Black. That's a fun and interesting coincidence, and that's not the only fun and interesting coincidence.
Listen to this.
He's soft, take flight.
Huge air, clean landing!
It's pretty obviously just Tame Impala's The Less I Know the Better.
In theory, AI companies are not supposed to train their models on copyrighted material. In practice, LOL. And if I may add an addendum, LMAO. So the first tip for detecting AI music is simple. Is it just ripping off another song? Number 2, how do the vocals sound? If the song you're listening to sounds original though, what then? In that case, listen to the lead vocal and see if anything sounds odd.
Usually they have like a very specific, a bit unnatural sound with a lot of hissing, whistling in some consonants.
Let's take this one for example. Country Cowboy Rocket Man.
I'm a country cowboy rocket man, I'm flying through the sky.
Do you hear how warbled and slurred the singing is? How the consonants don't sound right? Or how a backing vocal comes in but drops out at random places?
If you look into the sky and see a country man fly by.
It also sounds a little too perfect. If I were to make a song about soaring through the skies with my Mentos-powered farts, I'd be singing with way more passion, that's all I'm saying. Number 3, how is the song structured? What if the song is not about supersonic farting cowboys? What if the song has no lyrics whatsoever? Many people have said that one of the big opportunities for AI music is in the realm of background music, situations where the music is completely secondary to what's happening. For example, this song right here. I could be playing AI-generated music right now. I mean, I'm not, I'm playing music from Katamari Damacy, but you know, it could have been. So if the vocal doesn't clue you in, or there's no vocal at all, pay attention to the song structure.
Songs that are generated by those models are usually very stereotypical.
Does the song go 8 bars of instrumental, first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, bridge, final chorus? Are there any interesting composition techniques like key changes or meter shifts? Or is it just simple chord progressions and melodies? How about dynamic build? Is the song one linear rise in dynamics like this AI song about cavemen? My mom said this sounds better than 95% of the music that is being produced today. Your mom doesn't sound qualified for that opinion. 40-year-old Marine Corps veteran here, your mom does qualify for that opinion, and the woman is spot on. What a weird time to bring up that qualification, by the way. I'm a recipient of the Medal of Honor, which means we are watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on the way to Six Flags. But the YouTube comment section for this AI song about cavemen is hitting on something. AI-generated music currently takes a lot of its cues from typical pop music, specifically American pop music. And what does everyone know Americans for? A complete disinterest in other cultures. Number 4, are there any non-Western instruments? So far, the AI music that's gotten popular is very Americanized. Pop, country, R&B, all genres that have specific templates that are easy to adhere to. But what about genres outside of commercialized Western music? So if you're listening to a song, see if it tries to bring in any instruments that would be unique to pop music. Can it replicate the serene sound of the erhu, the resonant beats of the djembe, the peaceful drone of the beautiful bagpipes? Hell, as a test, I tried generating a song on Udio with an erhu as the main instrument. Udio didn't even try, it can't do it. But let's say you've gone through all of these steps and you still can't tell if a song is AI. This last tip isn't necessarily about the music itself, but I think it's worth saying. Look the artist up. Number 5, can you find the artist anywhere? Search for the artist or the song and see if anything comes up. Music videos, live performances, social media, anything that could prove that they are a person with a social security number or a Sam's Club membership. I had to do this myself recently. I was sent this song called Little Big Things by Vera's Gift. I thought it was a lovely ballad with a nice, albeit overproduced, vocals.
You probably need to know about me.
Only problem though is there's nothing about the song or the artist online. There's no music video, there's no live performance, there's no artist social media pages. Now, when they sent the song, they did send it with an email address, and I emailed them to see if they had any music videos or any other assets that I could use to confirm they were real, and they never got back to me. So I have to assume that it's AI. Now, I hope these tips help you when it comes to determining whether something is or isn't AI generated, but I should also warn you, these AI generative models are only gonna get better from here on out. Over the rest of the 2020s and beyond, AI music generators have loads of room to improve, especially when major labels are starting to make deals with Udio and Suno. From here on out, we are in for one battle after another. And I know a thing or two about that. But by staying vigilant, we can at least be more aware and knowledgeable about the music we listen to. I want to hear from you now. What do you think of these tips and tricks for detecting AI music? Are there any that you've come up with that I didn't touch on? Let me know down in the comments. And if you want to learn more about where AI music could go in the future, check out this video about the world of fake bands.